Welcome back to Holy Crap, are you guys still playing Resident Evil? And of course the answer is invariably yes.
You'll be delighted to know that we don't have any crisps at the moment.
Yes, no food items. Although I'm going to wish I had more liquids because I've been out. It's very cold here at the moment. And it's very windy, so my lips feel like someone has sliced at them with a razor. Which, to be fair, someone may have done in my sleep. I was listening to a story about this woman described as the Korean Black Widow, who married about 3 different times, and each time drugged and blinded her husband and claimed insurance, and eventually killed him. Got away with it until about the 3rd one. So well, that's the incompetence of the of the police in Korea.
Well, the thing is, were you part of a giant, like cyberpunk-esque megacorp? No, then who gives a fuck? You're in South Korea. Yeah. Go play a gacha game.
Yeah, horrible. I'm joking about it, but what a horrible bitch. Yeah. And she's in prison where she belongs. But yeah, somebody might have been slashing at my lips with razors while I've been sleeping. Or
possibly a goat. Like, Jacob does sleep on, like, a haunted mattress, I believe.
Yeah. I've had several injuries just in bed. It does. Since I've moved the bed, it does seem to have gotten better. So
there's an ancient Indian burial ground. Yeah. This top floor, underneath this one particular spot in this bedroom.
And you just built your pet shop on top of the builder? Oh, no. At first I dug up the bodies, pissed on them, and then buried them back upside down.
Yeah, we're doing this today because originally we were planning on going to the gym, but every single bus stop was fucking closed.
Genuinely, yeah, we were meeting up to go gym today, and then we did 3 in a row that were closed, and I said to Matt, we saw it in the distance, if that one's closed, I'm taking that as a fucking sign from the universe, and lo and behold, it was closed. Now, there was a sign telling you where to go, but at that point we were like, no, I said that it's a sign, and like I just had a feeling one of the pieces of equipment in the gym would have malfunctioned and crushed me or something
like,
if he'd gone
Final Destination style.
Yeah, just a really boring Final Destination movie where I don't actually have like a premonition about it or anything. It's just like, hey, I wonder if something bad's going to happen.
Like Final Destination, but all the excessive kills and like supernatural events. So it's just like, oh man, just like trips over and just cracks his head and dies. Yeah. It's like the most low budget fun. You know, like a student.
Yeah, basically a student version of Final Destination. Yeah.
Oh, he tripped and banged his head. Like, oh yeah, you know, he went into a coma and died 6 months later. Final Destination.
Finally going back through this route here. So.
Oh right, yeah, there's Resident Evil.
Because most people when they play, they'll go through here very early and trigger the dogs. I've managed to avoid it through most of the game. So where possible, I'm going to try to avoid going through places that have lots of monsters in. Because God knows I don't have enough health items in my item chests in the game. If anybody watching has been paying attention, I am a bit of a hoarder.
You need a suitcase just filled with healing items.
One of my, I say colleagues, he doesn't really work there anymore, but a guy who used to work there came into my place of work the other day with a suit on and had a little briefcase. And despite the fact he's about my age, he didn't look like a businessman he looked like a teenager playing a businessman in a student film, and it's been fucking with me. He wasn't unlike Double Dealer Donald, or as he's known when he works at Tony's Newsagents, Discount Donald.
Deep cut.
Yes,
deep
super
cut.
Deep. Matt was not allowed to be called Double Dealer Donald on IMDb. It rejected the credit. I had to call him just Donald on that movie.
You should have called him something, more respectable, like a cunt crusher. That went fine. Yeah, double dealing.
I don't know what it is about Double Dealer Donald. They just wouldn't accept it.
Baby puncher. Okay, that's fine. Burns people alive, Johnny. Like, what's wrong with double dealing?
I typed in Burns people alive, Johnny, and it said this credit already exists. Because sometimes they get the duplicate credit, and it was just a bunch of Red Brown movies. Yeah. There it is. You guys thought we forgot about the Red Brown references in the Let's Play. No, there's one.
No, they've been crying out for it.
That guy sets people on fire a lot in the movies.
Method acting. He'd go around and promote.
Yeah, he just does it for real. He's just a monster. He's like, hey, Red
Brown. It was the Jim Carrey before Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey does give me the creeps a little bit. Okay, so I thought we were going to get to this bit a little sooner, but yeah, this is the Lisa Trevor, quote unquote boss fight. I love this, just a skeleton hanging up. It's so cheesy. Fucking hell, these guys are useless. Like, that's the only moment that Jill actually feels competent in this game. Like, where she was almost shot earlier. Now she's like, oh yeah, I'm a cop and I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's basically like special forces. Like, I'm not a complete idiot. But Barry basically is, so...
So, speaking of complete monsters, Ryan Reynolds' wife...
This is actually Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Right,
People don't know the backstory of Lisa Trevor.
Yeah. So,
they do. It was in the last episode.
Yeah, so we saw a Critical Drinker do a production hell on some romantic... I keep forgetting its name. Like
It ends with us.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is not us saying that like we love Critical Drinker or anything, because I know he's a bit sort of he's a bit controversial.
But he's entertaining enough, especially production
hell.
hell.
I love Production Hell. I think Production Hell's a great show. And I don't think the guy's a piece of shit or anything, but I know a lot of people hate him, so I just want to get that out there. We're not like this isn't like a glowing endorsement of all of his content.
But Production Hell are pretty good.
Yes, they are.
But anyway, so like one hadn't come out for a while, and it was on this film I'd never heard of, because all the other ones you're like, oh, I've heard Dr. Moreau and all this other stuff like that, like Jaws.
Yeah, they were on Jaws. Those are one of the most famous movies ever.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, all right, oh, so she's Ryan Reynolds' wife, and so okay, oh wow. So the way he presents it, like, yeah, she's just a pain in the ass to work with, and she'll take over the project.
And basically tried to ruin a man's career for her own ego, and got a dude blacklisted. So that's cool.
The best part is at the very end of it, after he's given, like, he's like, oh, so who was in the right, who was in the wrong? Was it like a sex pest director, or was it this one? It's like, well, you've kind of given evidence of just mania on her.
Yeah,
you've not handily mentioned that she called him a sex pest.
Yeah, and that it was almost certainly false. Like you. So anyway, this stuff, I really like that sequence that we just had in game. It's again not really a boss fight as such, just like a mini puzzle, but I really like it. And it's got a really kind of over the top melodramatic tone to it that I really like. I really love this game. Out of all of the Resident Evils, I think this one somehow,
more than 5?
Despite how popular it is, it still feels underrated to me. It still feels like one that people don't talk about as much. When they talk about the remakes, they all want to talk about 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't talk about 3 much because that one isn't very good, but they don't talk about this one as much as they should.
Even though this one has been remade like how many times?
Well, it's only been like properly remade once, like, but there are other like ports, and obviously this is a remaster of the remake, and then you've got there's kind of a sort of a demake that never came out on Game Boy, and you've got like a very kind of redone port for the DS and stuff. So yeah. But like a proper remake, or it's just this one.
Just the idea of like someone's demaking this, it's like, oh, so it's PS1 graphics, terrible voice acting.
Circular depression. That's actually what I have.
Actually, when paying attention to the actual game, don't actually talk.
Yeah, it's just that's also a problem when a game is good. I think that's why people enjoy us like playing garbage, because when
you're always complaining about it.
So when the game's good, you just kind of stare at it a bit. And that's why we end up entertaining.
Oh
ourselves.
Man, this is such a classic.
Yeah, it's like I wonder what especially if people hate this game as well. They come in like, oh, well, I've always thought this game is overrated, and you know the people I like making fun of things are playing it, and we're just like, oh mate, what a really well designed game. Like, for fuck's sake. There's really cynical people who hate every game are playing it.
Yeah, we're known for always hating every game.
Well, every Sonic game.
Yeah.
And even then, like, that's not even true. People just think that.
I mean, like Sonic Colors was good, wasn't it?
I don't know, I didn't play it.
Not Colors.
No, I heard Colors was good, I just haven't played it.
No, I'm thinking of the 2D one?
Mania?
That's the one, I'm
thinking
of Sonic Mania.
Good. Sonic Mania was good, yeah.
Which one was Colors? What am I thinking of?
It's on like the Wii or something.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's the one where you have to collect like star little things like in Mario or some shit.
Oh, it always feels weird hearing an Englishman say Mario like that. I tell you what, we're actually in the lab now. Look, it's like
what did I say?
You said Mario.
Did I say what?
Yeah,
oh, Jesus Christ! I've been watching too many.
Yeah, you watch too much American content. There was some, I don't think it was you. One of my colleagues said something like God, it's pointless me saying this on the show because I'm bugging, so I can't actually remember the words. But somebody said
Aluminum?
something. It was like that. Someone said something really American at work, and I was like, it just really like disarmed me. Yeah,
that's when you get used to it. You don't even know
the internet and its consequences.
Yeah, or just like American TV, where you like. Sometimes I disassociate like the way like So here's one. So you know, there's a show about giant robots from Japan, and it's called Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, but that's a different word from mobile.
Yeah.
That's all. I sort of like disassociate it.
I know it might have been mobile actually. The other day, because I know that my phone's been playing up, so that has been a topic because a few of us at work have had problems with our phones recently. So it may have actually been mobile. That was that. But yeah, one of my colleagues said something like outlandishly American. Mobile.
He said, "Yeehaw!" and sort of find guns to the like all Americans do.
Yes, as they do constantly with this enormous, 10-gallon hat. Mm-hmm. I like that you've got different zombies down here. Mm-hmm. It's a small thing, but it's just cool to see them dressed in lab coats when you get down into the lab. I think that's good.
That's the proper DEI, different zombies.
Well, no, I mean they're all still white, except the ones that are red. But I think that's
that's
like a condition. I don't think that's.
No, that's proper. Like,
I know what you're trying to say, man. I can hear the first vowel in your throat there. So you're thinking, can I get away with this? You can't. No one watches this show.
But, yeah. Fun fact, definitely true. Like if you go through really obscure Let's Plays, if you get to about episode 20 on something, that's when they start seeing all the roast.
It's true. It's
like,
actually
offensive.
Invariably. That's why like the really good Let's Plays we've done on this are really short because we never get to that level. And it was like the Wonder Boy Monster World one. It's like people say, "Oh, that's the best Let's Play because it's really insightful and you're somewhat educated on the game, you know a lot about it, blah blah blah." No, it's because we never got to the point where we start calling people Injuns.
Yeah,
I think that really is the major difference.
I was going to say, the worst part is working for those filthy. Basically, we somehow got from talking about Rachel Zegler, our favourite celebrity, to Mr. Frog.
I mean, she's probably as good with PR as Mr. Frog is. Weird.
Hello, I'm Rachel Zegler. She tried to eat a dwarf. Well, Miss Zegler, you just need to apologise. Well, I'm not sorry.
But I'm not sorry. Hello.
Hello. Weird.
I'm Rachel Zegler. Hello.
I'm Rachel Zegler. I eat the apple.
It's so stupid. Okay. All right. Yeah. Resident Evil.
Rachel Zegler, next Resident Evil thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Raccoon City 2.
Welcome
back to Raccoon City.
All of Chris Redfield's scenes could get cut. It's Hollywood, baby.
But it'd be really embarrassing, like, they cut the important Chris Redfield scenes, and then in the next movie, someone's talking about that boulder punching arsehole, and they're like, they don't make any sense.
Oh, like, I've said it before, how did a bunch of monsters, how did, like the Heisenberg guy find out about the boulder punching? How did that information arrive on Heisenberg's desk?
So an event that there was like 5 people for, and yet like one of them was died unless he turned into a black guy like Welcome to Raccoon City was supposed to be. I remember hearing about that. Like, Wesker's back, and he's a black man. Like, isn't this supposed to be a sequel? Like, he crawled out of the lava and...
Yeah, because at first I thought it was like an adaptation of Resident Evil. So I was like, oh, he's a good actor. Like, that's a good choice. But then also it's supposed to be in continuity with the games. I was like, that's a very weird choice.
Yeah, so like,
Rest in peace, by the way, to that guy. Was it Lance Reddick? Is that his name? I want to say Reddick. Like Riddick, maybe. Yeah. Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Lance Reddick.
Yep. Exactly. But yeah, like, so this event, like, did Chris just start telling everyone, like, yeah, I punched the shit out of a boulder?
So we know, Chris.
You keep bringing it up.
So it was the coolest thing. I really wasn't.
All you did was actually, you broke your knuckles, but the adrenaline, like, at the end when it was supposed to be really cool that you and Sheila, like, short rocket launcher, you miss completely because, your hands are so fucked up.
I'll see. We'll see you next time anyway. See for more of this.